This is Glenn, who's on the phone.
Hey, this is Judy up in Casper.
Hey, Judy and Casper, what you got for me?
Well, you said it. It was open forum today.
Go for it.
I want to touch on mayor versus city manager for Cheyenne today. They're getting ready to go tonight and haggle it out at a city council meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been all over Facebook today, and people are chiming in pretty good, the differences between city manager versus mayor.
Right.
And I thought I would chime in on what it is like in Casper to have a city manager, and the mayor is just basically a figurehead.
Right, yeah. I've always kind of thought myself that when you elect a mayor, you shouldn't need a city manager. That should be the mayor's job.
Exactly. He knew what he was signing up for when he signed up to become a mayor.
Yeah.
Or to run for mayor, right?
Yeah.
And he makes a pretty good salary, and he knew that.
Mm-hmm.
And evidently he must have some business sense, or he wouldn't have tried to get into that position.
You would think, yeah.
You would think. Well, our city manager up here, you know about our stuff, the Patterson ordeal with the head quest and all the little boo-boo smacks back and forth in court cases and stuff.
Yep.
Well, anyway, we're getting ready to change out. They finally went with, I have no idea why they did this, but they spent like $27,000 searching for another city manager to take his place when they ended up hiring the guy that was underneath of him.
Why does it cost so much money to look for somebody for that position? It shouldn't cost anything.
It's ridiculous, Glenn, because we have what they call a state exchange, that if you need a dog catcher, you can go to one of the state websites and say, hey, Casper's in search of a dog catcher, or Casper needs a registered nurse to help run the health department. You don't need to pay these outside consultants to do this kind of thing. And what these guys did is they wasted $27,000 when really all they have to do is move up the guy that was underneath him.
Sure. $27,000 for a consultant to find somebody. Even just besides moving the person up, which is probably a great idea, but there are places you can go just to advertise this. You can just advertise it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, $250 to the Casper Star Tribune probably would have got him 50 applicants at least.
Sure. Yeah. Well, and now there are people, in case you didn't know, there are people who actually go to school to get a degree to become a city manager. It's actually a profession out there.
No, I have no doubt about that. Yeah. I mean, that's what our colleges are for. I see you're on that rant today, too. Our Murray family donated another $6 million to the University of Wyoming for an athletics specialty facility. And taxpayers are only on the hook for $12 million of it.
Well, see, they have... Oh, God, this is just...
Isn't that sweet?
Yeah.
Okay, back to the city manager thing. A couple of reasons that I wanted to bring this up is a mayor is elected, one. If we don't like what they're doing, we can get rid of them.
Right.
A city manager, it takes a majority of your council to get rid of them.
Right.
And God knows.
To Casper. This is Glenn, who's on the phone?
Hey, I'm sorry. Did I hang up or did you?
I think I probably did because I was heading into that break. So those who don't know, this is a caller from Casper who's telling us about the city manager's city mayor deal. So where did we leave off? What's going on?
Well, I was telling you that, since, and I'm sure most people have read in the paper about the head quest versus our city manager and all the fight that went on with that, elections and blah, 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 blah. But it comes down to one thing. We elect these people because we want them to represent us. Mm-hmm. The manager kind of way to do this, they're not accountable to us. They're accountable to our city council.
Right.
And I don't feel comfortable with that. I'm sure a lot of people in Cheyenne don't feel comfortable. I spoke with KGAB this morning about it as well because they're going to be voting on it tonight. Mm-hmm. And I can understand how the mayor down there, Kason, feels about it because it makes his job obsolete.
What was supposed to be happening, now, supposed to be, that doesn't mean it's going to happen, is that the mayor and the city council makes the decisions, and then it's the city manager's job to actually just implement it, just get it done. He's not supposed to be a policymaker. He's a good consultant, but he should never be making any kind of policy, just getting the job done. Is that what's happening down there?
You can see how well that worked out in Casper, can't you?
Yeah.
Our city manager came with 7 agenda items to do in Casper, and guess what? All 7 of those agenda items are being implemented right now. Right. We're getting a ski lodge we don't need for $8 million. We're getting a plaza we don't want for another $8 million, but yet we don't have enough housing for the guys that work at Walmart to even stay in a place to live.
Right. Well,
Because
see,
the
now,
rent's so outrageous.
everything that you just mentioned there should be open to, the private sector. If someone wants to build a ski lodge, it's because it would make financial sense, and so they start the business. But whenever, kind of like here in Gillette, we have the Camplex, to give an example.
Oh, yeah, I was looking at that after I heard you talk.
It was actually going to be beneficial to the community.
Correct. And just like this plaza, they just okayed that again today for another, $8 million. All right, it's going to have a ski rink, or an ice skating rink. Well, we got one of those up at the event center now, thanks to Mr. Wald. He donated $1 million, but we had to pay the other $2 million. An
ice skating rink. If somebody thought an ice skating rink would have been profitable, they would have opened one. Well, I was living in North Carolina, up in the mountains, before I came out here, and there's several private companies that opened up ski lodges and ice skating rinks without a dime from the taxpayer. And that's because they understood that it would be profitable if they did so, and they did make a profit out of it. But nobody will open up a ski lodge if it's going to operate at a loss, which means your city's going to be operating that ski lodge at a loss.
Well, of course they're going to be. And back to this plaza thing. I looked at the property values on it, and we're going to lose $500,000 a year for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just keeps going on. All of these, we got to you were saying early, diversify.
Right.
I'd really like to understand that word, because the meaning in the dictionary and what we're doing is not diversification, it's welfare.
Yeah.
It's welfare to private interests who don't want to put up their own money to do something.
Yeah.
And, the Wyoming Business Council, the same thing. Me's on the radio and television and newspapers saying, well, we got to cut the budget by $200 million. Where are we going to start? And I'm going, start at the Wyoming Business Council.
Yeah.
Quit propping up businesses. I had to pull my business up by my own bootstrings. I had to go to the bank, borrow the money, put my house up to open my doors.
Yeah.
Nobody gave me any money.
They think they have this idea that all of this will diversify the economy and bring in more business. Yet, if they just looked around the country, city after city, county after county.
City after city, county after county, it's the same plan that continues to fail.
Right. And I wonder who are the companies out there who sucker your city officials into these boneheaded ideas that constantly lose them so much money.
They are smooth talkers. I have sat in on their little deal to the counties and cities. Oh, well, that ski lodge you guys are building, that's going to make $7 million a year.
Right.
And I'm going, where?
Yeah.
When you got Jackson Hole. If I'm going skiing, I'm going Jackson Hole.
Right.
I want some mountains, baby. I don't need some hill.
Well, I'll give you one more group of boneheads, and that would be the people in your area who continue, and in my area, who continue to elect these boneheads. We complain about it, that election time rolls around, we keep doing it.
It's like a biker club.
Yeah.
They all get together on a Friday night, and they all go, okay, we're going to back up this candidate this year. Even if you don't like his views, you're a Republican, so you gotta go with us, or you're not part of our game.
Yeah.
And I always post on my website, Republican, Democrat, in their box you can check, and just pissed off. Okay, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat.
Right.
I'm an American.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of them wasting my money.
Okay. Hey, thanks for calling in.
You.
I appreciate you calling and giving us the update. Next hour of the program is open phones again.